This is a Betfair Scalping strategy example broken down to help beginners understand the what, why and how of Betfair Scalping. It's the most popular strategy among traders because you don't need to predict where the price will go, as you're about to see. So I'm going to speed up the recording here just a little bit to make it a bit more interesting. Obviously watching the flashing numbers can be boring at times. So the situation here is we've got a half decent horse race and there's some good traded volumes in the market. 400 grand's been matched on this race already. Plenty of unmatched money set on the ladders there. You can see all the different runners, and it's a high quality race where the price is probably unlikely to go a huge swing. Now that's not to say that won't happen, but it's less likely, and it offers us and affords us the opportunity to get out of a position for minimal risk if it should go somewhere we don't expect it to. Also obviously allowing us to make the most of that higher traded volume and liquidity that's passing through the market on either side of the book, which is exactly what scalping is all about. It's simply about getting your orders matched either side of the touch price where the two prices meet, back and lay, in order to lock in a profit and then repeat the process consistently, gradually building up the bank on minimal risk. So we're a little bit early here. I wouldn't advise getting involved in the markets in terms of scalping so early on, not very often at all, unless there's some kind of reason, like there's extremely high liquidity so early on, like Cheltenham or perhaps Royal Ascot, depending on the situation. But I'm just assessing the market here. Looking at the market, it looks like the most traded volume is going to be passing through the favourite, as you may expect. It's a little bit volatile there, and you can see that happen very quickly. Now, one of the number one complaints about scalping explanations is people say it gets too busy, you've got too much going on, which is an advantage to scalping successfully when you have multiple orders in the market a lot of the time. But for the sake of this example, I just want to break things down, make them a little bit slower and have less orders getting matched in the market at any one time. So what I'm doing right now here on this favourite is I'm trying to estimate my Q position within the market and then time my orders either side of the market, back and lay, perfectly so that they get matched one after the other very quickly. We don't want to have an open position. So it's, like you can see, I've got the lay position there and money's being matched on the traded volume bars on the right. So I'm trying to anticipate as that comes down, I want my back position to be on the alternate side of the market as it happens. Now you can't choose when volume enters the market on which side and how quick it happens. Now, so that's why it's important to get low in the queue, and you see I've done it successfully there. So there was a £50 lay at 3.35 and then a £50 back at 3.4 very quickly. So it's low stakes, but this is just for the example, obviously. So again, I've gone in with another lay. I know that there's around about £1,000 or so in front of me, so I'm watching that money get traded on the traded volume bar. As that gets swallowed up, I then want to be on the back side. Similarly, I also have a back position of 3.45. If the price should push up, I know that the fill rate is actually faster, looking at the dark green traded volume bars on the right, so that I can then enter the queue. It will obviously go down the queue a lot quicker because there's more back money flowing in on that side of the book, and thus both positions get filled pretty quickly, either side of the book, without any additional exposure. Obviously doing this on larger stakes allows you to make more money. There's several ways that you can increase your profits with scalping. You can increase the amount of scalp trades you make per race. You can obviously scalp more races, and there's a lot of horse races each day, so you only need to sort of build up a £5 or a £10 per race to make a good income. Obviously that's tax free, and then you can also increase the stakes to mean that you make more profit per scalp. Bearing in mind, you need to do it in a situation where the stakes fit, like this here, and you need to gauge that based on the traded volumes in the market. But ultimately, the consistency and efficiency at which you operate dictates the amount of profit that you make. So we've made a couple of quid here. It's nothing to get excited about, but again, zooming in on that favourite, the traded volumes are now ticking over quite nicely. This is coming to the period of the race where the most traded volume will be traded, because that's what happens each and every time in a horse race. Coming down to the start, punters are putting more money in the market, there's more turnover, and so we just need to balance our position back and lay either side of the book to get our orders filled. So we'll see some more examples here just for clarity, really, for people that are beginners at Betfair Scalping and want to actually sort of crack how it works, and how you should be executing within the market, because largely scalping is about execution. It's not about predicting the future. It's not about knowing where the price is going to go. Sure, that'll help if you can understand where the, and there we go, sorry, that's interrupted me there. You see that flew up. I was early in the market. It was a bounce, a spike in the market that was probably more than it should have been, and then straight away on the lay side. So it was exposed for like 3 seconds in the market there just to crop out a little bit more profit, which makes for quite a nice example. So just going over to the live shows there, as I always do, quickly refreshing, keeping an eye on what prices have come in, just highlighting that one there, because it seems to have gone from 15 to 2 all the way down to 11 to 2. Significant move. Over on the Betfair interface, you can see the back and lay that we've placed so far. If you subtract, you know, the two different outcomes against each other, that's how you end up with that green £3.52 profit figure. But the software has obviously calculated that for us because things are happening in real time here with our scalp. So just to finish up, I'll put a couple more in the market for the sake of it, just for this example. You can see there's more unmatched money in the market now. So when you have highly liquid events or short prices where there's lots of unmatched money, you need to be that little bit earlier to get yourself in the market to be at the bottom of the queue. Being at the bottom of the queue is an advantage when it comes to scalping in the Betfair exchange markets. So looking at the charts, you can see the point at which the market come to life over on the left of the market overview there. Spiked in, prices have nudged and nurdled around a little bit, they have shortened in places, but I'm now slightly larger stakes in the market looking to scalp a little bit more money through. So there you go, my back bet has been hit and I'm straight in with the lay bet to hedge that position, and hopefully that'll get filled in just a second, or part of it has, and it's bounced against me. So I'm setting that stake to match at SP, because if bearing in mind the race is due to go off 13 seconds ago, we don't want to be left exposed in play, and it looks like the race is going to go off. So I've just dragged that up there, hedged my position in the market. Small again, but you can just see those last two trades, one scratch of £100, which cancelling out. It's obviously something you need to do a lot when scalping, and one profitable tick. So we're looking at, what is it, £4.99 profit on the market there, which was done, you know, there was very, very little activity to make £4.99, but it's about letting the market do the work for you rather than you actively chasing the market around trying to get orders through when there's no opportunity. Talking of which, looking at this here on this second favourite, just putting a couple of lays there because it looks like it's hit the bottom of its range. We're very close to the start and there's an opportunity maybe to just get a quick stake through there. So lays hit at 3.45, backs in the market at 3.5 instantly. Unfortunately, the price has gone against us there, so I'm going to have to scratch. I'm keeping an eye on the other screen here that the horses are loading up. And again, lay positions at the bottom of the queue, waiting for that pressure to come down and ready for a quick scratch in the alternate direction. But it didn't happen, and the race is due to go off.